Hello viewers and welcome to my channel, CCM Drummer. My name is Matthew Jackson, and in this video I want to commemorate my reaching 1,000 subscribers. I just passed the 1,000 subscriber mark back on September 3rd of 2024. I'm very excited about that. That was a long time coming. I thought I'd never get there, but I got there. And I want to give a special shout out and special thanks to Earl Bennett. Earl Bennett has a show called Ask Earl Anything, and Earl has a very vast knowledge of drum equipment, how to record drum covers, studio work, all facets of what it takes to record drum covers. Very knowledgeable. He's like a walking encyclopedia. So he has a show called Ask Earl Anything where he can share his knowledge. Well, anyway, on his show, when I was getting close to 1,000 subs, he would encourage his viewers to subscribe to my channel. And he's one of the reasons I got into the 1,000 Club. So thank you, Earl, for all your help. I really appreciate it. Okay, now I want to commemorate my reaching 1,000 subscribers by doing a Q&A session. I've during the course of my career as CCM Drummer, because the CCM Drummer channel really officially started in June of 2017. So it's been in business for what? 7 years? Yeah, a little over 7 years. And so I get questions in the comment section, private messaging, and also in person. So I'd like to take this time to answer some questions. Before I do that, please like, share, subscribe, comment. If you don't want to comment with text, that's fine. Leave an emoji, a thumbs up, or whatever. Yeah, and of course, subscribe. Let's pad my lead here and get me more into the 1,000 Club. You know, one thing I learned about having a YouTube channel, not only you want to get subscribers and get to 1,000 subscribers, but the challenge also is maintaining your subscribership once you get them to subscribe. Actually, my gross gain of subscribers is 1,262 subscribers. So the 1,000, when I reached 1,000 subscribers, that was just a net gain because 262 people or subscribers unsubscribed. So that's about an 80% subscriber retention rate. So it was like taking 10 steps forward, 2 steps back, 10 steps forward, 2 steps back, and on. And that's how I made it to 1,000, taking 10 steps forward and 2 steps back. And so anyway, but let me get to the questions. How long have you been playing drums? Easy, 38 years. I started playing drums when I was, how old was I? 14. And I did take a 15-year layoff between 1971 and now. Okay, so if you subtract the 15 years, that comes to 38. Have you always played Christian music? Have you ever played in secular bands? Yes, I played in both. Secular and Christian. In fact, I was playing in secular bands before I was playing in Christian bands. So I've had a foot in both worlds. Yeah. Why do you ride the hi-hat with your left hand? That's an easy answer. The hi-hat's on the left side of the kit. It's more ergonomically accessible. It's just a better way to go. And I have 2 videos about ambidextrous playing and open-handed playing you can watch where I give a lot more detail. Do you play heel up or heel down? That's talking about the bass drum. Most of the time I play heel down. On occasions I'll play heel up. Just depends on what we're playing and what kind of effect I want to achieve. Do you currently play in a band with other musicians and do live performances? Yes, I play at my church. I play in my church praise band once a month. We have 4 drummers, and we play on a rotation. So yes, I do have that live musical experience while I'm recording drum covers. So that's a good thing. How come you don't cover the more modern contemporary worship and CCM songs? Of course, when I say worship, I put worship in quotes because, well, I'll explain later. The reason is my channel specializes in featuring the CCM classics. That's why. And the CCM classics aren't covered that much, where the more modern stuff are. So that's why. There's a good question. How old does a CCM song have to be in order to be a CCM classic? Me personally, in my opinion, I think it's 1995. That's the cutoff date. Any song that was published 1995 or earlier, that would be a classic. Anything 1996 or later would not be a classic. Now you ask other CCM buffs, they might give you a different answer. So that's a subjective opinion. Who knows, 10 years from now, I might be saying, well, any song before year 2000 is a classic. So that line keeps moving. But right now, I would say 1995. Why do you call worship songs praise songs instead of worship songs? Good question. I have a 2-part video series on my other channel called Jackson's Journal. And I have a 2-part series called What Evangelicals Will Not Tell You About Worship. In those 2 videos, I explain the difference between praise and worship. Praise is an activity including playing music, singing, raising your hands, dancing, blah, blah, blah. So when you're talking about music, praise is a very fitting title. Worship music, there's really no such thing as worship because worship music, or there's no such thing as worship music because worship is a posture and an attitude. A posture of bowing, kneeling, or laying prostrate. Okay? You don't normally play instruments and sing when you're lying prostrate, kneeling, or bowing. So yeah, it just doesn't fit. But I understand everybody calls it worship music, but I don't. What program do you use to play your soundtracks when I do my recordings? Moesis. So I use Moesis not only playing the soundtracks, but also, or when I do my recording, but also when I do my scoring as well. Yeah, Moesis is a cover drummer's best friend. Why do you insist on playing exact? Isn't that like an artist painting by the numbers? That question came from my daughter, who is an artist. Okay. And, well, let me just say this, kind of, sort of, but take an artist who paints by the numbers. You got to be a good artist to render a painting by the numbers and make it look in such a way that you can't tell that it's been painted by the numbers. You still have to apply good brushstroke techniques. You still have to mix your colors. So it takes a good artist to do a painting by the numbers well. Just like it takes a good musician to cover another musician well. So, yeah. And the reason I like to play exact as possible, maybe not exact, but close as possible, is I want to maintain originality and authenticity. That's the reason I do that. It's part of my contract with my viewers and subscribers, because this channel is about featuring the CCM classics. It's not about featuring Matthew Jackson. It's not about Matthew Jackson, it's about CCM drummer. So I'm trying to educate you on the CCM classics. I like to give you background on the artist that did the song. I like to give you the background on the drummer, who the original drummer was on the recording. That's important to know. Who I'm emulating. and I'm emulating their style. So I'm featuring that, not just me. I get plenty, yeah, it's an opportunity for me to showcase my talents for sure, but I'm more interested in showcasing the CCM classics. So that's why. Next question. Do you have the score memorized at the time you record your covers, or do you read from the score? I read from the score. In the beginning, because I've done like 40 drum credit covers now, I think the first 3 or 4 drum covers I did have the scores memorized, but I was a lot younger back then, and my mind worked more like a steel trap back then. I'm 67 years old now. My mind is, I'm trying to fight senility and Alzheimer's and dementia. So yeah, memorizing the score is not as easy as it used to be. What software program do you use to score the drum parts to the songs that you cover? Good question. I use MS Word. Yeah, I don't use I downloaded MuseScore and tried using MuseScore, but it's easier. In fact, let me just give you a sample of what one of my scores look like. That's on MS Word. I don't have, it's all basically X's and dots. The X's, the small X's is for the hi-hat, big X's is for the crash, and the B's are for the ride cymbal. Yeah, I just do it that way. But yeah, that's what a score looks like. It's my own style, it's my own shorthand. So yeah, and the reason I like this style is because the score is like 4 feet away from my face. And it's got to be big so I can see it. Where if you use the traditional staff with the dots and the flags and the stems and all that, you can't see it very well 4 feet away. At least I can't. Now, other instruments, like guitar, violin, or saxophone, whatever, you can put it on the music stand and bring the score, like 2 feet away from your face. And yeah, if I had that situation, yeah, but it's just not doable for me. I'd rather just use my own shorthand version of scoring a song and going from there. Okay, how do you go about scoring a song? The first thing I do is I map out the song. Because most songs will have an introduction, a verse, chorus, bridge, chorus. Some have guitar solos or whatever. So I map out the song, find out how many bars are per each section. Once I know how many bars are in the song, and also get the time signatures. Most songs are 4/4 time signatures. However, I've run into a few songs where it gets weird, and I've got to get the time signatures down. So I map it out, then lay it out, and then once it's laid out, I score it. And that's a very tedious and arduous task, not easy. That's probably why I only have 40 drum covers. A lot of cover drummers, they'll just hear the song, like Earl Bennett, perfect example. He'll hear a song, and he'll listen to the song, and he's got so much drum equipment in his studio, he can put together a kit that sounds like the kit that he's playing on the recording, okay? And then he'll run through it for about an hour, learn the song, and that's all he'll spend. He'll spend a short amount of time. He'll come close to the vibe and to the style, but maybe not cover it exact like I do, but yeah, he'll come close. But I know I don't do that. Mine's more tedious and painstaking because you got to score the song, and then I practice the song to the score. That takes about a month sometimes to get proficient enough to where I can actually record it. And Moises allows me to record at a slow tempo, or not record, but to rehearse at a slow tempo until I get all the licks and chops and get the feel, and then I'll bring it up to regular speed, and after I practice the song probably 50, 60, 70, 80 times, sometimes, I practice a song as many times as it takes for me to get it right. So some songs are easier than others. You know, I can learn in a few weeks. Others take more time. So yeah, that's it. Last question. What are your long-term goals for the growth of your drum channel? CCM Drummer. Hey, get more subs, get more views. I am going to venture out and do shorts now. I have some ideas on some shorts because the long play videos are not as popular as the shorts. So yeah, I'm going to be doing some shorts and stay tuned for that. So that is about it. I thank you for everybody who's watched and subscribed to my channel. I wouldn't have been able to get here without you, so I'm very, very grateful. Thank you for all your support. And I will sign off, and I will see you on the next video.